right, moving on to a Times Now super exclusive. This is the information that we are getting on the Morbi tragedy, where your channel has accessed the police inquiry report, the SIT report that points out certain lapses, saying that the contract that was given to an unqualified firm, cables were only painted and polished and not changed before the reopening. The accused have named Oriva owners in the court itself, and this is the kind of repair work that has been done. Because the contract that was signed between the two parties as far as the Morbi municipality and also the Oriva, the Ajanta Oriva, the private firm there are several lapses. Priyank and Anuril joining us at this point, because Priyank, the state knew the details but nothing was done, and it came at a heavy cost, 130 lives plus that have been lost.
See, Amita, let me tell you to our viewers that this is the first document, this is the first SIT document which has been accessed by the Times Network, which shows that how they have found a series of lapses in the procedure which was taken of handing over the project to Oriva. And very interestingly, the public prosecutor has also accepted that in yesterday's hearing, one of the accused, who was accused number 1, Parekh, Deepak Parekh, has named Oriva's management, Jaisukh Patel, multiple times. And this thing has also happened before the court. And what we are getting to know, that the SIT is questioning those top officials, those top babus of the municipal corporation. Let me go through this particular report copy, because we have also managed to translate it, because many of the content of this order copy, which comprises of the FIR copy, which was earlier accessed by us, later to that the remand copy, which is in Gujarati, is clearly pointing out that how the SIT has time and again stated that what it has been said, that the SIT has named 9 people, and according to the police, the Oriva construction work material renovation was awarded in 2007. So the point which we have been raising, that this project was given in 2017, has also come up on record that this is not the only thing. The project was given in 2007. So the construction and renovation work which was supposedly which was being called on record that was only for 1 year, this is not true. For good 15 years, 14 years to be very precise, this kind of work, the shameful work was being done, and there was no construction work which was being done. And the pointers which we have managed to access is also talking about that this time the renovation work was given to one construction work which was sublet to Dev Prakash Fabrication, the company which is 100 kilometers away from Oriva, and the repairment work was not done properly. The renovation work tender was awarded in 2007 and 2022. The Oriva's construction work had given it to Dev Prakash Fabrication, and this task was done. And what we are also getting to know, that those people from the civic authorities, Sandeep, who was confronted by me yesterday, was not only one who was supposed to sign this. This was supposed to be signed by the district magistrate, which was not done. So the SIT is also talking about that how the initial FSL finding has pointing out that there was a very weak structure, and on the big wall we can certainly show our viewers the document which has been accessed by us. This is the official court document which we have managed to access through official channel. That's why there was some
so the SIT report details is something that exclusively has been accessed by Times Now, and several lapses there, Pranesh, if you can point it out, that has been undergoing as far as the investigation being carried out.
That's right. This is the document that Priyank Tripathi is talking about. This is a super news break. Priyank and our team of reporters on the ground really leading the Morbi investigation. Remember, Times Now is the only channel to have confronted all the top officials who must answer, because 135 people were murdered in Morbi and justice must be done. Look what we have. We have the remand order accessed by Priyank, and it says, this is the important part, it is further submitted that all these 4 accused persons did not have any expertise or qualification in respect of renovation of bridges. It is further submitted that the initial FSL report suggests poor quality of work by the company who was awarded the contract. Therefore, at this initial stage, in investigation, the custody of the accused persons is required to investigate various aspects related to this offence. The learned assistant public prosecutor has argued in consonance with the investigating officer and further stated that the custody of the accused persons is necessary so that the investigation can proceed in right direction. Now, the other important aspect in all of this is that while we are the only channel to access the police inquiry report, which I am reading from, Morbi police have added new sections in the FIR, something that Times Now was talking about, that the FIR is just too lame. The main accused in this case, Deepak Parekh, who's the manager of Oreva, who is named as the main accused, has now named the owner of Oreva. Mr. Patel has been named by his own manager, who says that he has got nothing to do with it and that the buck stopped with the owner of Oreva, which is why Times Now over the last 3 days has been saying that the owner of Oreva must be booked, must be arrested. We've confronted the top officials, we've gone to the residence, office, resort, what have you, of the Oreva owners. We are yet to even get a glimpse of Oreva owner. We are being told that the police now is mulling adding his name in the FIR and subsequently a manhunt which will be launched to nab Oreva owner, because he is the man at the helm. He was the man who was taking these calls. He was the man who was present at that red ribbon cutting ceremony, and when he was asked a question, he said, look, the bridge is so safe that in the next 8 to 10 years it will require no repair work. Then what went wrong? And also I must underline that while all this is great, this does not in any way absolve the state administration. What were the local administrative officials, including the collector, who got a letter from Oreva in 2022, why did they allow the bridge to be opened? Had the police barricaded the area, had the administration clamped down, this tragedy was entirely avoidable. Amita.
Well, absolutely. Thank you, Pranesh, for getting us the details on that. So let me go across to Arunil. Arunil, you all, every reporter of Times Now has been tracking where exactly Jaisukh Patel has disappeared. He is the owner of Oreva. For the first time, he has been mentioned in court. Why is it that so far his name doesn't feature in the FIR? Why is it that so far there is no lookout notice against him? Why is this man still roaming free?
Well, who exactly is trying to shield Jaisukh Patel? That is the main question that comes to the fore, and that is why Times Now repeatedly has been asking this question. In fact, all our reporters are at different locations related to the owner of Oreva Ajanta. His own manager, Deepak Parekh, speaking about it, that he was not the decision maker. Jaisukh Patel was the decision maker, and if we go by the inauguration videos as well, this man is only inaugurating the bridge. This man is only speaking to the media and announcing in the media conference, saying that for the next 8 to 10 years, this bridge is not going to require any kind of repair work. And this bridge, after him announcing about it, could not sustain for 8 to 10 days as well. He is indeed responsible for these innocent lives that have been lost. We have been visiting the family members of the people who have died as well. Many of these family members, entire families have perished away. Imagine the kind of plight that that the remaining ones are suffering. All of them are saying that Jaisukh Patel needs to be some kind of an action needs to be taken against him. Just because he has money power, just because he has clout, he cannot get away from this heinous crime. It has repeatedly happened in India. Several mishaps, the rich and the wealthy always get away, but in this case, we hope justice will be delivered. Jaisukh Patel will be caught whole by the Gujarat government and the Gujarat police. Here as well, his own managers are naming him. If we go by the inquiry report as well, several such loopholes coming to the fore. Basically, how the wooden floor was replaced with the aluminium floor that increased the weight on the bridge as well. That increased the weight on the cables also. But yet, no answers have been given by the Oreva owners. That is what is happening over here.
And why the rush to open up a bridge when it had no clearance, when there were no safety checks in place, when the people manning the the bridge itself, those who were at the ticket counters, the security guard, none of them were even trained. Even the contractors were not engineers. In fact, let's get you more details which are now coming in of the Mobi murder, and it's literally the murder now, because the police are now collecting information about the DVRs and the CCTVs of the cameras which were installed there from the arrested accused. Now the people have seized pen drives as well from the accused. Let me go across to Priyank Tripathi. Priyank, CCTV could be key to what really happened, how that entire disaster unfolded, what really snapped at that cable bridge.
See, Meghna, for that the agencies are trying to find out, but we have the official remand copy, and I've managed to translate it because this is in Gujarati, and by going by this on the 7 pointers, what it is saying that सदर का जो झूलता पुल का रखरखाव और मरम्मत का जिम्मा हाल में ओरेवा ग्रुप को सौंपा गया था। इस एजेंसी द्वारा वर्ष 2007 और 2022 में मरम्मत का कार्य किया गया था। इसके साथ साथ ही आरोपी नंबर 1 और आरोपी नंबर 4 की पुलिस रिमांड और कस्टडी जरूरी है। वहीं उसके बाद लेटर ऑन दे आर सेइंग आई एम सॉरी so later on the remand note copy is also mentioning that why the custody of these people are important. What it is also saying that there was a very shameful wrong work which was done, and these accused were given responsibility. So the clear-cut name of Oreva Group is coming up with this document. So far we have been questioning the state police, the state administration, that why they have not mentioned the name of Oreva Group. So the document which has been accessed by us is showing that how there is a clear-cut specific name of Oreva Group with respect to accused number 1 and accused number 4. And very interestingly, Meghna, accused number 1, Deepak Parekh, who is in police remand as of now, other accused have been sent to judicial custody, has named the owner of Oreva Group, Jaisu multiple times before the court. That has also been accepted by the public prosecutor. So this particular document is certainly showing. There's one more breaking input which we are getting for our viewers, Meghna, that the SIT has summoned those members, the top officials of the municipal corporation, which include Sandeep, who was confronted by us yesterday. So the pace of the investigation is moving ahead. The Times of campaign is certainly showing some sort of result where the state police, the SIT administration, everyone was forced to name the Oreva Group, for which they were hesitant. So the point is that why they were hesitant at the initial level.
News that Priyank is giving to us right now, that the top municipal officials, people like Sandeep, who Priyank had just yesterday confronted, they are now being summoned by the SIT. Does that mean that the noose is finally now tightening around the municipal corporation? Because it's important for accountability to be fixed and the dereliction of duty also being called out. That's a big breaking news Priyank is giving for us, and it's a massive Times Now impact. Day after day for the last 4 days, Times Now has been demanding action against the civic authorities. They are the ones who gave the permission for the bridge and allowed that bridge to open. They are the ones who gave this contract to Oreva despite it being a watch factory. They are the ones who allowed a bridge to be open to public despite the fact that there were no clearances for this bridge. But were they really kept in the dark? Because that's what the municipal corporation has been saying all along, that they were kept in the dark by the Oreva owners. Is that true? This letter is going to now punch holes into the defense of the municipal corporation workers, because this is a letter which is dated 20th of August. We're going to highlight the date of the letter, 20th of August 2020. This is 2 years back. However, what's interesting is that this is a letter which was written by Oreva to the district collector. In this letter, you will see how they are saying that we are going to now open the bridge with temporary repairs. Later on, we are going to make it permanent. So even at that time, temporary repairs were being made and the municipal corporation knew about it. How do we know that? We know it because of this letter. This is the letter that we have gotten for you. This has been translated into English. This is something which is going to show just how the state knew all about it. This is the letter, and it says, the first excerpt that we are getting for you is, it will take some time before the new agreement is signed. This is what the first excerpt is. Then it goes on to say that we are going to start repairing this bridge temporarily. Temporarily, we are going to be repairing this bridge. It goes on to say when the agreement is done, then we will repair it permanently. So very clearly, Oreva has told the district officer, the district collector, that we are going to temporarily now repair this bridge. Later on, when our agreement is done, when all the paperwork is done, then we are going to repair it permanently. Sir, we are going to reopen the bridge with the temporary repairs. So it's not like the really did not know. Oreva had informed the district collector himself that even in 2020, when this letter dates back, that we are going to open it with temporary repairs. So can the municipal corporation say that they had no role to play? Imagine the number of lives which have been risked over the last 2 years. More breaking news which is coming in as a result of our relentless coverage here on Times Now. There is collusion of the municipal corporation workers which is now under the scanner. Let me go across to Arunil. Arunil, this is a massive Times Now impact. All those who colluded, all those who shielded Oreva and today are guilty of the tragedy and have blood on their hands of 135 people today are now going to have the noose tightened around it. That's a big Times Now impact that municipal corporation workers too have been summoned by the SIT. Arunil.
Well, Meghna, since day one, we have been speaking about it, that Oreva Ajanta wouldn't have been able to do it alone. Obviously, there was a nexus that was operating with the local municipal body, the local municipal officials. And that is why now, when this information is coming up that the municipal corporation officials have been summoned by the SIT team that has been formed. Now, how this exactly this nexus was operating, how much of a kickback was being received, was there any kickback that was being received by the municipal corporation officials, was Oreva being favored by the municipal corporation officials, because clearly the maintenance period that was being given to Oreva was of 10 to 12 months, but they speedily wanted to start it up during the Diwali time to earn more revenue. So was this revenue being shared with certain kind of officials from the municipal corporation of Morbi? All these questions come to the fore. We have been questioning each and every official till now. And all those officials that have been questioned by Times Now, it seems like they all come under the ambit of the investigation, because certainly, yes, the owners have to be blamed, but with them, all this wouldn't have been possible without the support of these nexus of government authorities that are handling the management of Morbi. Nexus clearly was operating, and how much of a kickback was there a kickback that was being received? Everything will be checked by the SIT.
Right. In fact, do stay on with us. I believe Pranesh has some more updates for us. Pranesh, over to you.
The reason we are calling this the Morbi clincher is because for the first time in black and white, the police have put the blame on the owner, the management, the top management or Oreva, something that they had not done initially, because the owner was not even named. Look what we have. Point number 2 of the remand note, accessed by Times Now's Priyank Tripathi. It says that this bridge was reopened after renovation on 26th October. But what happened after that? The said bridge collapsed with several people plunging into river, and they died only because of criminal killer negligence. Because last part of this point number 2 makes it clear. A first information report was filed by the Morbi inspector, and he said that the proximate cause for the collapse of the bridge as negligence, Meghna, in maintenance and management of the bridge, along with poor workmanship. Now, who must answer for this? Obviously, the Oreva owner, who was boasting about the safety of the bridge. If he was so sure that the bridge is safe for the next 8 to 10 years, then why has this happened? And what made him believe that the bridge was safe for the next 8 to 10 years? Who told him that? Why is he not coming out and explaining his side of the story? Because there is no story to be told. This was a lie. This was a ruse to earn money at the cost of people, and people died. Those 135 people are not coming back, and hundreds of homes are devastated. The families shattered completely.
Absolutely.
And this is a campaign for justice on Times Now, Meghna.
In fact, you mentioned the soundbite that we played out for our viewers yesterday. You must listen to it once again. This is from 26th of October. Without any of the clearance certificates, without testing it for safety, without government's permission, Jaisukh Bhai had decided to open up this bridge. But before that, I believe we have someone joining us. Ved Bhushan is joining us, the former ACP of Delhi. Thank you so much, Mr. Bhushan, for joining us. Now, finally, we have the police in the remand copy naming the owners of Oreva. You must explain to us procedurally, how does this progress? Why is it that 4 days later, till now, the owner of Oreva himself is not named?
You are right. It's a major lapse in the investigation. जैसे जैसे investigation is in progress, ये चीजें lapses सामने आ रहे हैं कि why the owner of Oreva was not included in the main FIR. Now in the subsequent stage, evidences will be very weak. If you remember, जो भोपाल में जो gas tragedy हुई थी, उसमें Mr. Anderson थे. He is no more in India now. और वो भाग गए थे, इंडिया को छोड़ के चले गए थे एंडरसन, जो आपको याद होगा भोपाल में बहुत बड़ी गैस ट्रेजेडी हुई थी। उस टाइम पर भी लेफ्ट नाम सामने आया था और वहां के सीएम जो कि अर्जुन सिंह, ही इज नो मोर नाउ, वो उनको खुद फ्लाइट में छोड़ने गए थे। इट्स ए मेजर लेफ्ट। ये क्यों हुआ, व्हाट वेंट रॉन्ग, इट टू बी इन्वेस्टिगेटेड सीरियसली, नॉट बाय द लोकल पुलिस, it must be investigated by CBI, because it's a question of life of 130 persons who have died innocently there without their fault.
Absolutely. Ved Bhushan ji, thank you so much for joining us. A former ACP, and what he said is very important. He says that you've given this man who should have been named in the main FIR. Why is it that 4 days later we are now going to start talking about the role that he played? Because you've given him 4 days time, as was the case at the time of Bhopal gas tragedy. The main accused, Anderson, was allowed to flee and they didn't stop him. Now, where is Jaisukh Patel? Well, no one knows. Times Now has been trying, but we also told you how on 26th of October, after he inaugurated that bridge without any of the due clearances, he sat in a press conference and he boasted about how this bridge does not need any repair for the next 8 to 10 years. 5 days later, 135 people drowned. Listen in to this man, the owner of Oreva, Jaisukh Bhai Patel, boasting about the quality of work that he's done in the repairs.
જે રિનોવેશન કરેલું છે એ અમારી દ્રષ્ટિએ જે રીતે અમે ટેકનિકલ સ્પેસિફિકેશન અને જે બધું છે એના મુજબ 8 થી 10 વર્ષ સુધી આ બ્રિજને કંઈ નહીં થઈ શકે। આ જે રિનોવેશન કરેલું છે એ અમારી દ્રષ્ટિએ જે રીતે અમે ટેકનિકલ સ્પેસિફિકેશન અને જે બધું છે એના મુજબ 8 થી 10 વર્ષ સુધી આ બ્રિજને કંઈ નહીં થઈ શકે।
Well, the police still now have, just for the first time today, named Jaisukh Bhai Patel. But Times Now has been relentless in its campaign. Our reporters have panned out across Gujarat looking for Jaisukh Bhai Patel, finding where he is. He is the owner of Oreva and why he's not named in the FIR. We've gone to his farmhouse, we've gone to his home, we've gone to his office in Moreba, we've also gone to the headquarters of Oreva. Listen in and watch how Times Now's reporter have been doing something in order to ensure that there is at least a semblance of accountability.
While trying to track Jaisukh Bhai Patel, we have reached to the headquarters of Oreva, which is in Morabi. This office has been forcefully shut. We spoke to those people at the security personnel. They have also come out with an anger.
I am in Ahmedabad and we are tracking down Jaisukh Patel. Currently where I am is the farmhouse of Jaisukh Patel, and this is in Ahmedabad. But what we can see over here is this farmhouse spread over acres. And completely deserted as of now. Nobody can be seen over here and it has been locked up.
These are the officials of the government of Gujarat who came here for an inspection, but instead of waiting and trying to talk to us, they have left from the spot. So it is quite clear that the government is also woken up and they are trying to gather more evidence against the people who were owning Oreva company.
We are reporting from the residence of Mr. Jaisukh Patel. He is the owner of Ajanta Oreva, the company that had got the contract. Who is responsible for these innocent lives, the innocent loss of lives. This man is responsible, and that's why we have been trying to track Mr. Jaisukh Patel.
In addition to getting you the latest on the investigative front, Times Now also has been reaching out to the survivors of this untold tragedy. Listen into some of their voices, reliving the kind of ordeal that they were forced to watch.
उधर कोई एक भी डॉक्टर उधर हाजिर नहीं करा था उधर। मैंने जो मानवता मोरबी के अंदर देखी ना, ऐसी मानवता मैंने कहीं पे नहीं देखी। ये जो कुछ भी है सबके सामने है, इसमें सबको मालूम है ये किसकी गलती है ना। ये जो आप बोल रहे इन्होंने जो 9 लोगों को गिरफ्तार किया, ये छोटे छोटे लोग हैं, ठीक है, टिकट काटने वाले। मेन आदमी इसका मालिक, वो भी अरेस्ट नहीं हुआ, ठीक है। उसके बाद मेन आती है गवर्नमेंट, ये कोई प्राइवेट नहीं था, गवर्नमेंट के अंदर था। इसमें कलेक्टर है, प्रशासन है, चीफ ऑफिसर है, सब लोग गवर्नमेंट ने दिया था। मैंने सुना ये 8 महीने का टाइम दिया था इसको रिनोवेशन होने के लिए, मगर चुनाव आ रहे तो 6 महीने में खत्म करवाया।
जब 1.5 घंटे के बाद प्रशासन उधर पहुंचा है तो उसने लाशें निकाली है। जो बचाना था वो तो काम मोरबी की जनता ने पहले ही कर चुके थे, क्योंकि लड़के थे, उसने ही सबने काम कर चुके थे। मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ कि जहाँ जो एक हिस्सा ये हादसा हुआ है बराबर, तो उधर डॉक्टर को 2-4 डॉक्टर रखने चाहिए कि भाई आदमी निकल के बाहर लेके आ रहा है तो हम उसको पंपिंग करें। मेरा तो बस एक ही सरकार से विनती है कि जो आदमी गए, जिनके परिवार चले गए पूरे, उनको न्याय मिले बस, और न्याय मिलना चाहिए।
The entire Morbi nexus has been exposed here on Times Now. With that, we are slipping into a short break, but this continues to be our top focus story.
Mega campaign